We are back on Taking Care of Business with our guests, Orion Sanders and Jeremy Statt. Let's see, Orion, we were talking about, Funds for Freedom. You've got a couple of fundraisers. I think we only talked about one coming up. Give us all your fundraisers again that you've got coming up.
Yeah, we have the one this weekend in Tehachapi at the Tehachapi Mountain Pub and Brewery, which supports the Tehachapi Pregnancy Life Center. Then June 24th and 25th, we have our Veterans Mountain Run, which supports the National Cemetery Memorial Walkway. And we're doing another exciting one this year that we put together in Kernville. It's called the Kern River Rock and Blues Fest, sponsored by Bud Light. And we've got about a dozen bands coming up, about 200 musicians. They're going to be playing all over Kernville and all the different venues, as well as in Franny Campground. All the money from that event will also benefit the Memorial Walkway.
You know, the great thing about your events is they're fun events.
Yeah, we try to do things that we like to do. We like to listen to music. Us that ride motorcycles, we like to go ride, and there's always seems to be some music involved there. And we used to do a motorcycle ride up in Kernville, but it got some of the back roads up there aren't the greatest, and so we decided to just kind of park the bike, just go up there and camp, or you could stay in the motels, and just listen to some rock and blues music all weekend. So we've got a great group of people coming up. We've got bands from all over Southern California, even some Northern California area. We're tied in now with a lot of the blues societies. LA Blues Society called me the other day, as well as Southland Blues Society and the one in Bakersfield too. So It's going to be a great event. We got a lot of musicians coming up,
and there's a lot of great blues players in Tehachapi. So you've got
the music scene in Tehachapi and Bakersfield both is really booming right now. So it's great.
Much more than people would think. So what's the phone number for people to call if they want to get more information?
661-340-0026.
Okay, that's 661-340-0026.
Is this a full-time occupation that you have here?
It seems to be. We put on as many as 5 or 6 events a year, and so they do kind of carry over each other, and they kind of overlap in the organization side of it. We've slowed down a little bit. Economy has hit us a little bit, so we definitely appreciate all the support that everybody's given us over the years, and we'll continue putting on fundraisers and trying to get the Memorial Walkway built. That's always been our key goal, is to see that thing take place. And we're struggling to make a lot of money, but we're going to get there real soon. And the support committee for the cemetery will start pushing real hard as soon as we get our design laid out. We have some stuff to really show people what we're going to do, and it's going to be a great area.
Well, how big is the support committee, and what area do you basically cover? Just Kern County area, or do you go out to Los Angeles, Lancaster, San Bernardino?
The target area for the National Cemetery hits about 9 different counties. So we try to catch all those possible. It is primarily in Kern County. We have about 20 people coming to our meetings right now that are active in different committees that we have within the support committee. It's an active group. They're doing a good job. We're trying to push forward, and the walkway is our biggest challenge that we have, and so we're trying to push forward with that. And of course, we do the Memorial Day ceremony every year, and just try to support the cemetery any way we can.
And how would somebody get involved in your committee or become a part of the committee?
You can come to our meetings. We have meetings on the 4th Monday of every month at 5 o'clock at the Kern County Veterans Services Building on Golden State Highway.
That's Golden State and what?
Golden State and the Circle, near the Garza Circle there.
Oh, yeah, that's where that big statue is?
Yeah. Is it still there? Yeah.
Some guy named Father Garces, I think his name is?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
I want to get back to the National Cemetery Support Committee. You were talking about the Veterans Administration only pays for burial, so what does it take, first of all, to be buried in the cemetery?
Well, you have to first have been a veteran, and you have to have a DD 214. So And you can't reserve spaces. It is, only for deceased, not like a regular mortuary where you can go in and you can buy a plot. You actually have to have been deceased. And so the family brings in your DD-214, which is your military record.
Right.
And as long as you were, you left the military with honors, then you can be buried there at the cemetery.
So it's kind of a first come, first serve type thing.
It's definitely first come, first serve. Yeah.
Are you in a rush, Marty?
No.
Actually, it's available for not only the veteran, but for spouses and dependent children under 21.
You are exactly right.
They also cover not only the gravesite, but the grave liner, the opening, the closing of the grave. They cover a headstone and a lot of little things that they give you. And then, of course, they give you some of the funeral activities as well. But you do need to get with a mortuary in order to make sure it's done correctly.
So the Veterans Administration does pay for all those services?
They pay for most of those services, yes.
Okay, I wasn't aware of that. Now, all joking aside, you've pretty much set yours up, Clay, right? Because you want to be. I
have already made my arrangements since I am a veteran, to park myself out there, but I'm not in really a rush to do it.
Yeah, nobody's in a hurry to get to a cemetery.
Yeah, what I really like about it is there's nothing set aside for any particular branch of the service or war you were in. It's just a first come, first serve. So you can have friends from all different wars in there with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which in itself would be interesting. We're having a conversation with Orion Sanders, the president of the National Cemetery Support Committee. So, again, you're looking at, for the most part, since it's a new cemetery, you're looking at, I know the cemetery in Westwood, you're looking at people all the way back to the Spanish-American Wars. So, I think we've got World War II veterans, and that's probably about it in the new cemetery.
Yeah, that is about it, yeah.
Yeah. What other projects do you have going on with the National Cemetery Support Committee? I know you've got something going on this weekend.
Yeah, we have a couple things going on. Saturday, we will be putting flags on all the headstones. There'll be a lot of youth organizations out there, Boy Scouts, I think Young Marines, Civil Air Patrol, some of those Girl Scouts. A lot of the youth organizations are coming out, and they're going to be helping putting flags on each of the headstones for Memorial Weekend. So that'll happen Saturday at 8 a.m. Or if you have a loved one that is buried out there and you would like to participate in placing the flag on your loved one's grave, you can certainly come out and participate that way too.
I understand. Go ahead. Now, I understand there's over 180 military cemeteries around the country. Yeah,
I'm not exactly sure how many across the country, but there's quite a few national cemeteries. Now, there's several. There are several veteran cemeteries that are state-run, but there's 180 or 190 something actual national cemeteries.
Now, I had heard last year that there was some legislation where they were trying to remove the crosses from all the monuments on all the graves, but I believe that went down the toilet. Hopefully, the legislator that brought that up went with it.
Yes, I certainly agree. If you've ever been to Arlington National Cemetery, you can see the awesomeness of the crosses that are there. People think that the cross, really symbolizes a specific religion or something like that, and it does not have to represent that, other than us wanting to pay tribute to a higher power of some kind.
Sure.
There are a couple of guys in the area, by the way, that do work with vets to help them arrange their funerals at the military cemetery. Were you aware of that?
No, I'm not, actually.
Okay, well, I'll be happy to get you that information.
Yeah. Okay. I know there's some of the mortuaries have things set up, but you want to make sure, if you really want to know what's going on with the National Cemetery and you want to know how it works and how everything's qualified, I would encourage everybody to contact the Bakersfield National Cemetery directly.
Or they can go on the website also, I think, which is www.cen.gov. I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that.
You can get it from the NCA, nca.gov, and that's National Cemetery Administration.
Great. Orion, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. I appreciate what you do, your ministry, and we'd love to have you back on again sometime.
Yeah, you bet. And I would encourage everybody to come out Sunday morning we have our Memorial Day ceremony out there. Our guest speaker will be Dick Rutan.
Oh,
He'll
great.
be there, as well as our Congressman McCarthy will also be a guest speaker. Those ceremonies starts out there at 9 o'clock on Sunday
Fantastic.
morning, and it will go probably last about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then directly after the ceremony on Sunday, they'll be having an open house of their new facilities. If anybody's been out there, you've noticed that they've been living in temporary facility up until a couple weeks ago, and they just moved into their permanent facilities, and they're going to be having an open house directly after the ceremony.
Fantastic. Well, we'll see you then on Sunday. Thanks again, Orion.
Sounds good. Thanks.
We'll be back on Taking Care of Business on Kern Radio Newstalk 1180.